definitely Quincy Elliott. If I see you, can you just
And
I
all
want you to let this sink in real quick. Quincy Elliott is gonna beat Gunther. Just let that sink in real quick. Speaking of WWE, brings us to possibly the biggest news. Well, definitely the biggest news of the year. And it's funny that we're talking about this again just less than a year from when we were talking about it the first time. And that is Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He has returned to the WWE.
he has voted himself back in to the board of directors.
Oh, he didn't vote himself back in. He bullied himself back in. He strong dicked himself back in.
There you go.
He went full blown Negan from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He was like, "No, I don't think you understand. I'm coming back. I'm giving you the option to be on board with it, but it's happening either way."
That was beautiful. I think more people should do that.
Yeah, and as we were talking about it, so let's lay this out here. Around it's a little bit before Christmas, and we talked about it on our show. Vince McMahon said that he had the interest of coming back.
Well, he said he was giving bad advice, and
Yeah,
if he would have just stuck it out, things would have blown over, and he wanted to come back.
yeah, and he had expressed interest.
And we said that was a bad idea because that would destroy the wrestling business.
Right. This was right before Christmas time. And then a little bit after that, he sent his official letter to the board of directors, or to the shareholders, I should say, letting them know that his intention is to return to the WWE, and he wanted their approval.
And this is when it gets interesting.
Yeah, they go back. They say, "We don't think that's a good idea." Furthermore, we have some information. We have something that hasn't been brought to the public. We have more dirt on you.
There's more.
Yeah.
More
And
shit.
the way it was worded, it was kind of like, "Hey, we got more on you, so if you come back, that might just see the light of day." It's kind of like a threat.
Well, that was a bad move
Did
because
you kind of take it as a threat? You come back, we got more on you, so
no,
we
I
don't want that
honestly
coming
didn't.
out.
I didn't think that. I thought that they were just saying just that. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know, there's stuff that's gonna come out that's just gonna make this even more impossible.
Yeah. So yeah, they say don't think it's a good idea, and you thought it would be the end there, but no, it wasn't.
Oh
Vince
no.
McMahon then comes back again and says, "No, I don't think you understand. I'm definitely coming back because I'm the primary shareholder, and I can do that." He stated in his letter that as the primary shareholder, he was not going to approve any TV deals, any media deals, not any sale of the company, all that. He wasn't going to approve any of it unless he was in charge.
See, that thread I picked up on.
Well, it wasn't a threat. He was very direct about it. And, you know, it was funny that he just pointed out, "Hey, as primary shareholder, I need you to understand that I'm not approving shit unless you let unless I'm unless I'm the president
Of WWE. Let's
of
come back.
WWE."
So now
Yeah.
the real question is, because Vince says that he's only there to help facilitate a sale and help get TV rights and shit, even though there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of real movement on that prior to Vince coming, which makes this even more bizarre because it's so out of the blue.
They've been discussing a sale.
They've
for
been
a
discussing
while.
it, but they haven't really been engaging in it.
Yeah, they haven't been engaged in it. I mean, they were doing like the budget cuts before Vince left. You know, they kept firing all those people.
Yeah. Well, Vince did that. Remember, that was an annual thing. Oh, what wrestlers are going to get released this year?
Yeah, so they kind of went through that. Even though they didn't say it directly, you can kind of see that that was maybe them positioning themselves to look good, which is also some of the reason, even more of a reason why I think Brock Lesnar could potentially be winning the Royal Rumble.
It just says, fuck it, go with old reliable.
Yeah, hey, we're trying to look the best we can to whatever company's gonna buy us. So yes, someone like Brock Lesnar being front and center is where you want to go with that. And I guess just real quick, he forces himself back in, and then this was as of January 6th, so Thursday. And on Friday, we did get the official statements that Vince has come back. Every news source picked this up.
Of course.
And by Friday, we're having a company meeting. And you got Stephanie McMahon calling an all-employee meeting. And she's
I think the
letting people
wrestlers
know.
were excluded in this. From what I understand,
were?
the employee meeting, it was just the office people. It wasn't the wrestlers. I think the wrestlers got the email saying that we're excited to have Vince back, but as far as the creative stuff, nothing's changing. And
Yeah.
Vince, to his credit, he says he only wants to be there to facilitate the sale. He doesn't want to be anywhere near creative. If you buy that or not, that's another story. But that's what he said.
That's what he said. I think it's just a matter of time before Vince is back in creative. The way I see it is, if they dip in the ratings or something like that, that's when Vince is gonna try to take back over creative. Because this is the same guy who just told the shareholders that the only way to get a TV deal is with him in charge.
Right.
So this person who says something like that is not gonna just like, because you remember he didn't leave creative, or he didn't voluntarily leave creative. He got forced out.
Right.
So it was something that
Even though he retired and stuff, it was not voluntary.
yeah, it wasn't something that he had come to the realization that he doesn't have it anymore or anything like that. He got forced out. So
Right.
the itch probably is still there that he still wants to do it. He's been doing it since he's owned the company. So I think it's just a matter of time before he takes that back over, which will definitely kill WWE.
They'll just destroy everything. I admire the fact that Vince is like, you know what, this is my baby, and I don't care if it's the worst decision ever. God damn it, I'm going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And he's just playing that violin while everything just burns to the ground.
I forgot the year, but there was a promo that he did, and it goes back to that promo where he said, "This is my creation." So the storyline and I remember the exact time it happened. The storyline was Ric Flair was co-owner of WWE for this like short period of time, and Vince McMahon brings the NWO to inject an lethal dose of poison, and he pretty much says, "This is my creation, and I'm gonna kill it." He says he's gonna inject the poison. Pretty much is what's playing out right now in real life.
Now, the real question is, what's going to happen with the talent?
That is the real question. I think for one thing, Stephanie did say they're safe, right?
Right.
Nothing's gonna change. Triple H is in charge. While that's still a thing, they'll be safe until about the WrestleMania part, and then Vince is gonna take back over creative. So the one thing is, you got people like Johnny Gargano. They brought him back to the company. He's probably gonna have to go get fired or something. You got people like
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. He's about to be buried
Gunther.
again. Gunther.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's about to be buried.
Oh,
Who else
man.
we got?
I didn't think about Gunther.
Yeah, because remember there was that thing that Vince was
Yeah.
growing stale on him.
Somebody real could be affected.
Karrion Kross, he's gotta put his shredder mask back on. Austin Theory, he's gonna have to go back to Theory.
I think Austin Theory will be okay. That's
just
one
gonna
thing that Paul did right.
Well, he's gonna have to, because they changed his name to just Theory, because can't
right.
have two Austins.
Even though there's not an Austin.
But there was an Austin, and right after WrestleMania is when they changed it, because there was an Austin. The biggest person of all this, eggs should be all over his face. William Regal, because he just he just left. He just got back like a day before that news broke.
Yeah,
So-
he just started.
Yeah, and now he's got to deal with this. He looks the worst out of all this. I just want to take a second to appreciate Tony Khan, because Tony Khan, he threw up on Twitter the day the news broke, Friday. He puts up on Twitter, "Everybody's being so nice to me at work today. It must just be the belated holiday spirit." In reference to the Miros and Andrade all claiming that they're unhappy, they want to go back to the other company. All the people that Triple H tampered with. I bet they're not so eager to go away now.
Until another locker room fight breaks out.
CM Punk, you think he's willing to mend those fences now? Because he can't go back to WWE.
Depends on how much he wants to spite AEW.
Well, he's not going back to WWE. I would say when Triple H in charge, there's a chance he goes back. But with Vince, there's no way.
You never know.
And if he does, that'd be great to see if he does. But
Like he'd have to swallow a lot of his pride to get to go to WWE in the first place, even with Triple H there. I don't see a little bit more pride being that much of a sacrifice.
And apparently he needs the money, if you understand what they say there.
He needs the money.
Well, that was the thing. It's like he's back because he needs the money, not because of he wants to save wrestling or anything like that. And just real quick, we have some potential, I think it's worth noting. We talked about the sale of WWE. We have some potential buyers in the running. So we have Comcast, who owns the Peacock service that the WWE runs their live events on, premium live events. That's number one. Number two, Fox. They're in the running. Disney, they're in the running.
Dude, if Disney gets a hold of them, it's over.
Oh, it gets worse. I mean, Disney owns ESPN, so
it'll be nothing but Montez Ford and Sonny Kiss.
You know, I did wonder, like, if Disney, if Disney does get them, how woke is it gonna be?
Like, well, just look at their
Quincy
movies.
Elliott's gonna be a champion.
Yeah, he'll be the primetime feature. Well, no, it'd be worse. They'd have it to where, like, anytime one of the male wrestlers is in trouble, the women wrestlers would come and save them.
Yeah, and then you'd have like,
and then you would get your Rhea Ripley getting no selling cop bullets.
So yeah, Disney, they're on the running, but hopefully they doesn't go there. Warner Brothers, Netflix, Amazon's also on that list.
Yeah.
Between Netflix and Amazon, I could see Amazon more than Netflix because Netflix isn't really like a live service where we're going with the TV stuff.
Right.
Amazon, you know, they just paid for like the NFL contract to get the Thursday night games, so I could see it being on Amazon. Endeavor Group Holdings, they own UFC.
No, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting. And you see, like, with Endeavor, so they own UFC, but Dana White is still, like, the face of it.
Uh-huh.
I should say, whoever buys WWE is probably going to be that kind of same deal. Unless it's Disney, then Mickey Mouse is going to be the face of the face of it, and, you know.
No, it'll be a multicolored flag. That'll be the face of Disney.
I was gonna change WWE and I was gonna change WWE into some other letters, but I couldn't think of
woke wrestling entertainment.
There you go. We also got Liberty Media. They do some Formula One stuff, and the biggest one on this list is not on this list. There's this like Saudi group. I can't find their names right now. There's this big Saudi group that they own like the soccer league, and then they tried to open some kind of golf league.
Okay.
They're also a front runner.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember the golf. Everybody was pissed off about that because people that weren't like in the top echelon of what the PGA considers to be the top golfers, they were allowed to participate. And they're like, that's not fair. It's not fair that people equally get to play.
But yeah, can you imagine WWE being run by like a Saudi group? Oh, I don't even know if I could support that. Not that I couldn't. I don't know. I should say, us as fans shouldn't worry about any of this.
Right.
As long as the TV product gets better or, you know, doesn't change for the worse. Like, I can tell you now, if Disney gets them, it's going to change for the worse. It's going to be unwatchable. But overall, us as fans, we should just be worried about the TV product not changing.
Disney, Netflix, or Amazon. If either of them get their whole hands on it, we might as well start making boxcars.
Yeah.
Just do a boxcar podcast.
But yeah, they have some potential buyers. So I don't know if those potential buyers, how close they are. Oh, one more thing I want to note here. And apparently they are in talks with J.P. Morgan or something. Let me see if I can find the details on that real quick. And talks with, or they've partnered with J.P. Morgan to facilitate the sale. That's the first time I actually heard that they had partnered with someone to facilitate the sale. So maybe they're like,
yeah, that's a first for me too.
Moving more forward with this.
Well, they gotta give the illusion of doing something, otherwise Vince's hand will be played.
Yeah, they hired J.P. Morgan to advise on the sale.
What if it turns out Vince's Uncle Howdy?
Then Bray Wyatt's dead. Can you imagine being killed 3 times, or probably more than that. Like, you keep recreating your character only to be buried again.
Yep.
Like, golly, poor Bray Wyatt. Again, hopefully the product on TV doesn't get any worse with all this. Hopefully Vince keeps to his word. If he doesn't, sorry. We will be here if he doesn't. I think fans are going to start watching with an eagle eye and try to point out, oh, there he is, there's Vince McMahon. You know, and like,
Right.
if we see the 24/7 title back on Raw, then you know it's over.
Nick Ebert, go back to that goddamn trash can. Pick it up. Wear it with pride.
And he's telling her, yeah, right there, pick it up.
No, with your anus.
You know, she hasn't been on TV since she's thrown it away, has she?
She hasn't been seen since War Games.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, she's gonna, like, be strolling back and he's gonna pick it up, damn it! But yeah, you see that title, just know it's over, and he's back.
Well, that, and if you start seeing Gargano and Loomis and the Street Profits, if they all of a sudden just disappear, and then you see we'd like to wish them luck on their future endeavors email.
Yeah, if we gotta start putting out APBs for them, and this, and as the last thing, I bring it back to, and this is why Brock Lesnar might win the Royal. Why do they have him on the poster if he's not there to make some kind of big impact?
Because he's the biggest name. Aside from Roman Reigns.
And what does the biggest name do?
It sells tickets?
Well, let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Do you think Brock Lesnar is going to win the Royal Rumble? Is he even going to be in the Royal Rumble? Let us know what you think.